Welcome everyone to Fire Station Number 1. Thank you for using your valuable time to join us on this once blistering day, now it's cooling off some, to help us christen these new fire trucks and place them in service. This is an exciting day for the fire department and a significant day for the citizens of our great city. These fire trucks represent the next step in a multiple-year plan brought forward by the mayor and approved by the city council to replace fire apparatus that are on the front line of defense for our community and our firefighters. So on behalf of the men and women of the Fayetteville Fire Department, we say thank you for the additional safety these new fire apparatus will provide. These new pumpers are built on a Pierce Arrow XT cab with heavy-duty, narrow chassis for maneuverability in tight, narrow city streets. They include a rugged, all-metal interior for long-term durability. The rescue pumper, right over there, Rescue 1, is designed from Fayetteville specifications to carry all types of rescue equipment, as well as structural firefighting hose, nozzles, and ladders. The Fire Department's Apparatus Committee developed the specifications for the new specialized fire truck. They spent endless hours in meetings discussing the various options available and built the truck from the ground up on paper. This process and their tireless attention to detail has assured the city of getting the necessary required equipment at the lowest cost possible. The committee is led by Assistant Chief Harley Hunt and includes Larry Balding, Levi Crandall, Andrew Horton, Eddie King, Ryan Lewis, Chris Rybert, Willie Watts, and Shane Wood. Thank you for all your hard work and commitment. Today's modern fire service faces new and even more dangerous dynamics in our workplace when a fire occurs. In the past, we've had 6 to 8 minutes to stop a fire and make a rescue before a flashover occurs in a burning building, which pushes the fire and deadly gases throughout the structure. With the new building materials and synthetic interiors and rapid burning of modern structures, firefighters have only 3.5 minutes to stop the fire and make a rescue before the flashover occurs. This new dynamic makes the quality and reliability of the fleet of fire trucks even more critical because every second counts. And now it's my great pleasure to introduce one of my favorite human beings, the mayor of the great city of Fayetteville, the Honorable Lionel Jordan.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Chief, and I want to welcome everyone. I see citizens, I see the fire department representatives, some of my city staff. I see Senator Bozeman's office represented. Catherine, good to have you here today. I hope I did not leave anybody out. I know these new pumper and rescue trucks mean a lot to you and the fire department, Chief, and I'm very proud of our efforts to make sure we maintain and enhance our trucks on behalf of our citizens and our firefighters. Keeping our equipment ever ready for safer operations with improved response times is at the heart of our firefighting goals for this city. And I'm particularly proud of this new rescue unit, which is now equipped with state-of-the-art technical rescue equipment, including the Jaws of Life tools. This rescue company can replace a ladder company on vehicle accidents if necessary. These trucks represent just 2 of the many investments in the fire department the city has made during my tenure as mayor. The city has a fire apparatus replacement program in the capital improvement plan, and we have started a replacement schedule that will be consistent with the National Fire Protection Association guidelines. Just last month, we cut the ribbon on a new $1 million training facility that will enhance firefighter training. Since 2010, the city has invested $1.8 million directly into the fire department training activities, in addition to the $1 million cost for the infrastructure development for the facility. Last year, we completed the city's addition of a new fire company by funding 10 new positions for over $600,000 a year and by purchasing a rescue pumper for another $600,000, which makes a total of 10 frontline fire rescue companies. And I think that's very important. That protects lives, it protects my firefighters, and it protects property. And if we don't have a round of applause for anything else, we need to have a round of applause for that. So I want to thank you, Chief. I want to thank the firefighters. I want to thank you for all you do and the service that you provide for this city. And as always, I'm very proud of this fire department, their accomplishments, and everything that you do. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mayor. Let me take just a minute and give you some more grimy details on these fire trucks. These are both Pierce Aero XT cabs, heavy-duty, narrow chassis for a maneuverable fire truck in tight, narrow city streets. Rugged, all-metal interior for long-term durability. They have independent front suspension, as used in the military, that's been tested and proven for a smoother, safer ride. Better steering, better braking, better safety. It has rear cameras that come on automatically when put in reverse, but you can also use them when the truck's not in reverse. This pumper immediately behind me has a short body for maneuverability. It's got a 450 horsepower Cummins engine, scene lighting. It's got 2 pole lights, 2 on the cab, 1 on the visor. It's got a 1,500 gallon per minute pump. It's got rear discharges in place of what we used to have was cross lays. It's got 500 gallons of water. The rescue pumper over there has also a 1,500 gallon per minute pump. It's a pump under cab, a PUC configuration, and it weighs 30% less than most standard pumps. It's got more compartment space because of the pump configuration, and it also has an enclosed cross-lay fire hose. The PUC pump is a shorter body, which gives better turning radius and more compartment space. It also carries 500 gallons of water. It also has a 10 kilowatt hydraulic generator with 200 feet of electrical cord. It's got hydraulic pre-connected jaws of life tools connected with a hose reel and ready to deploy quickly. It's got a 20-inch extended cab and a 10-inch raised roof, which gives the rescue teams ample space to change into different gear for swiftwater or rope rescues in a controlled climate. It's got EMS storage compartments inside. It's got extra storage space for all the rescue equipment for trench, confined space, rope rescues, swiftwater, and structural collapse rescues. It's got LED emergency scene lighting, and the cab is designed for severe service, which extends the life of the truck. The tradition of backing the fire trucks into the fire station is a tradition from when we used to have the steamers that were drawn by horses. And after a fire, they'd return to the firehouse, and they would have to uncouple the harness from the steamers and push the steamers back into the station. And then they would back the horses into the station and put them into their stalls. When they would get new horses in the fire department, they would back them in the first time that they were exposed to the chaos of a fire station. They would back the horses in because they would take it better, and it helped train them to be calmer in the face of chaos. You've all seen pictures of the films of charging horses pulling the steam engine pumpers used in the early days. Some old-timers in the fire service still use the term the drop, or when the drop hits. And this means the alert tone or alarm that's activated in the firehouse. When horses were in the stations, the harnesses used by the horses to pull the steamer were actually attached to the ceiling. And when the alarm went off, those harnesses would drop down on a swivel out of the ceiling, and the horses were trained to step up into the harnesses. And so the firefighters would slide down the pole and hook up the harnesses real fast, and then they go taking off down the street as fast as they could go with the bell clanging. So, with that, we're going to uncouple the hose, and we're going to put these new fire trucks in service with the help of CDC, and then we're going to push these new fire apparatus into their new home. And we're going to ring the bell twice for each of them when they go in service. So let's gather up everyone on the apparatus committee that's here, and the mayor and Chief Good, Chief Hunt. Let's unbuckle this hose.